did not film anything else from the little bit of B-roll that you will have seen before this. But I have been reading. I've been listening to My Husband's Wife by Alice Feeney. It is so good. I have an ALC from NetGalley, so I've been listening to that. It's so good. It's so good. I can't remember when this one comes out, but so far I'm about 75% of the way through, I think. I started listening to it yesterday, I think, or the day before. I've been pretty much hooked since I started listening to it. I already know this is going to be so chaotic because I keep having to stop filming. I was hooked pretty much from the moment I started reading this book. It is so good. And my thing is, like, I really do enjoy Alice Feeney. I think there's only been like maybe 1 or 2 books. I think it's only 1 that I didn't like love. But my obsession with her started with Daisy Darker. I absolutely loved that book. It was so good. I'm pretty sure I gave that a 5-star. It was my book of the month for whatever month I read it in. It was really good. And then I've read Rock, Paper, Scissors, I think Good Bad Girl or something, whatever that one is called. And I feel like there's one more. Sorry, I keep looking around because it's nighttime. I live in Florida. There are mosquitoes and all kinds of bugs. So, but I wanted to update before tomorrow because otherwise it's just looking like me doing some chores and then what am I telling you? Nothing. So far it is about, we're getting perspective from like technically I think 4 different people, because we're getting perspective from someone named Birdie, we're getting perspective from someone named, oh, what is her name, Evie, I think, or Elaine, I can't remember. All I remember is Fox. Is it Elaine or is it Evie? I don't remember. Then we're also getting perspective from someone named Carter, which is a detective. We're getting perspective from someone named Harrison, which is the husband. And like essentially the book starts off with this lady, Evelyn or Evie, whatever her name is something with an E, and she is on a run. And which, side note, this freaking audiobook, the production value is so incredible.
That's incredible!
I cannot believe how good it is. I haven't read or listened to an audiobook this well done. So I have nothing but like super high praise for this audiobook to begin with. Like that alone, listen to this book. So we start off the book with her going for a run, and she's like running back up to her, you know, she's finishing her run, she's running back up to her house. She goes to unlock the door and she can't get in the door. Like her key's not working. She's like second guessing herself because she's like, hold on, this is my house, that's my husband's car, this is the address, like what's happening here? So she sees her husband's car. He came home right while she was on her run. She sees her husband's car, so she's like, I know this is my house. So she's like, okay, my husband's home, I'm just gonna knock on the door, he's gonna open it, and then he's gonna take my key and put it right in with no problem and just make me look like an idiot. So she knocks on the door and this other woman answers the door and she's like, who the hell are you?
Who the hell do you think you are?
And the lady's like, oh, I'm Evie Fox or whatever her name is. And she's like, no, that's my name. Like, and it just, from there, it just spirals because it's like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean she's his wife? What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean? And like, it just gets freaking crazy. I hope that I can finish this book tonight, but regardless, I probably will update you guys tomorrow if I finish it, or if I finish it tonight, like later on in the afternoon, whatever. But I'm also reading a couple of other books right now. Another side note, I've been gone for a little while. You may or may not have noticed some things have been going on, and that's why I've been absent. I am going to address that. I haven't decided if I'm going to do like a little sit down video and address that and post it, or not address it. It's not like this crazy thing or anything. I just want to kind of like be like, hey, hello, I am still here and still plan on making reading videos. But yeah, I haven't decided if like that's gonna go up before this or if I'm just gonna continue doing my little reading vlogs, whatnot. I am, to get back on track here because we're getting derailed so much, I am reading a couple of other arcs actually. I think that's all I'm reading right now is arcs. I have already read, I think 4 or 5 books, and it is the 9th, which I mean, honestly, that's not that great. My goal this year is to read 150 books, so I need to read a minimum of 12 books a month. Hopefully we can smash that out, because 2025 I did read 200 books, pat on the back. I'm so excited about that. I can't believe like that actually happened. So I'm definitely going to be doing like some wrapping up content of 2025. I have a lot of things I want to talk to you guys about. A lot of books. A lot of books, like, because even though I wasn't filming, I was still reading. It's a passion of mine, so I wasn't going to stop reading just because I wasn't filming and I, have the energy to make any more content and, all that jazz. So I just want to get back into it. I'm rusty as hell, so it's going to take a little while for me to get back into the swing of things, and we'll just see how it goes. I cannot wait to share this year with you guys. I'm also very sorry if you can hear my cat yowling in the background. He is not happy that I'm out here. He's not allowed outside, so he just has to yowl at the back door. It is what it is. But I have a lot to share with you guys. I'm super excited to be back, and hopefully it won't be too repetitive like what's going on in this vlog. I'm also going to try and make it a little bit shorter. Hopefully it won't be too repetitive because, like I said, I do want to do something, even if it's not necessarily a sit down video, but like just something to kind of like touch on, that I was gone and why I was gone, because it's like important stuff, but it's not like anything crazy or wild. So don't think anything like that. So that's gonna do it for this evening, and I will catch you guys tomorrow, which for you is gonna be in a few seconds. Okay, I'm gonna try and make this quick because again, it's like the worst possible lighting situation. The sun is literally in my eyeballs. It is like mid-afternoon at this point. The morning got away from me. Time got away from me. It happens, especially when you decide to sit down and color for like an hour. Finished My Husband's Wife by Alice Feeney last night. 5 stars. It was amazing. I loved it. Had a great time with it. As I was saying last night, still can't remember what her name is. Eden, I think is her name. Eden Fox. So yeah, it was a great, oh my god, it was so good. It was so good. And the ending just really like, it had me. It's just so good. I cannot wait for this book to be released. I think it comes out at the end of the month, and I can't wait for it. I am definitely gonna go buy it and go in there and highlight my little quotes, and yeah, it was great. So I loved that. I'm also reading, I think I told you guys yesterday, I'm also reading Merrily Mine by Jennifer Chipman. Another one, like, unless something crazy happens to really upset me with this book, 5 stars. It's gonna be a 5-star read. I've read from her before, read Alchemies to Lovers. I think I gave it a 3 or 4 star. I had a few issues with that one, but overall the writing was actually really good. And then she does really good smut, like spicy scenes, so no complaints there. And this is exactly the same, like, not saying that the scenes are the same, but just like the writing is really great. And yeah, she's a really good author. I really enjoy what I've read from her so far, and like I said, I cannot see this getting less than 4 stars for me. I also started 2 other books last night because I was looking for something to listen to on audio, because I have quite a backlog of things on NetGalley. So I started, what is it, Cruelty or Cruelty Free, something like that. Truly, I don't know about that one. I really don't know about that one if I'm going to keep reading it. I'm just trying to block the sun out of my face. I really should have worn sunglasses. I don't know if I'm going to keep reading it because I'm like 10% in, and when I tell you I could not care less. Like, I don't care about anything that's happening. It is so boring.
Who the hell Cash.
But there's kind of like a little bit, like I'm just curious because of the synopsis of the book. Something about like she was a Hollywood star and she's coming back 10 years after this accident or some crap like that. I'm a little bit curious about that, but the story's not hooking me in. So I don't know if I'm going to keep reading because of that. And then I also started The Replacement Wife because I am doing like a little bingo challenge on Instagram with one of the book groups I'm in, and one of them is to read something that's been on your TBR for 2 years or longer, and I think this one's been on my TBR for like 5 years or something, and I really don't know what it's about. It's a thriller, so when it comes to a thriller, I just try not to read into the synopsis or anything, because a lot of times I find they spoil it, or they spoil something, and then it's just like, well, no, I don't want to read it. I started that, and I promptly fell asleep, so I can't really tell you much about it. So I'm reading like a million books at one time, but what else is new? I think I want to do a vlog where I just try to read down my currently reading on Goodreads, because it's like 23 books right now, so that's kind of becoming a problem. But yeah, so that's my reading updates for now. It is Friday, it's afternoon, so I'm not sure when the next time I'm gonna update will be, but I'll see you when I see you. Okay, I thought I would do a quick update. We're about to go on a walk. The last time I talked to you guys was Friday. It is now Monday. Like I said, I usually don't update too much on the weekends. I don't read as much on the weekends just because that's family time and, you know, we like to enjoy that time together. The last clips you saw were we had walked to our little town, just kind of looking around and stuff like that. Our town does a lot of stuff, so it's fun to walk down to the main street and all that. The last talk to you, I have finished Merrily Mine by Jennifer Chipman, and it was really good. It was cute, it was sweet. It wasn't super like Christmassy, I would say. Like, if you're looking for a holiday romance read, this wouldn't necessarily be it, but I would definitely recommend this one just because it is so sweet and so cute. It's got all the winter vibes, like super cozy vibes. Yeah, it was just really good. Like, I don't want to give away too much of it. I will say that it's like a brother's best friend. There isn't a ton of conflict, to be honest with you. Like I said, it's a short one, so we don't have all of this time to be having some kind of conflict. But it was really sweet. It was really cute. I loved it. If you are looking for a holiday romance from her, I would suggest Alpha Maze to Lovers. Definitely holiday vibes. Definitely Christmas. I love that one for that. But I definitely like Merrily Mine way better than I liked Alpha Maze to Lovers. So it's also a cowboy romance, just FYI. As for The Replacement Wife, I am really enjoying it. I'm about halfway through, I think. Like I said, over the weekend I don't read as much, so it's taking me a little bit longer, but it's really good. It's like kind of crazy. Like, it's not super fast paced or anything. I will say, I think that's one of my gripes with this one is it seems like the pacing is really slow because it's only I'm listening to it on audio because I usually listen to it like while I'm doing stuff, or if I'm gonna go to sleep, if I'm in the shower. I always like to have a book going. And I'm not going to get into this too much, but if you're going to sit here and say audiobooks aren't reading, okay. Sure, they're not. They're not. And you know what else isn't reading? Magazines. You know what else isn't reading? Graphic novels. You know what else isn't reading? Comic book. Because there's only one way to read, you guys, in case you didn't know. There's only one way to read. So, you know, to each their own, but there's only one way to read, and that's physically with your eyes in a book that you can hold in your hands. Kindle doesn't count either. Reading an ebook doesn't count either. See how silly we can get?
Stop it. Get some help.
So audiobooks do count. Anyway, and I've discussed at length why I read audiobooks. But I am enjoying it. It's a 10-hour listen, but it just feels like it's really slow because I think I'm only like a little bit over the 5-hour mark. And it just seems like it's taking a really long time. Even though, like, while I'm listening to it, I'm not bored. I'm not really thinking about that. I'm just like, periodically I'll check and be like, surely I'm more through the book than I am. And I'm just thinking to myself, what more is going to happen? Because a lot has already happened. A lot of crazy things have already happened. So I'm just wondering what is going to happen in the rest of this book. I'm not totally sure. I did not read the synopsis of this one. Also, it's from like a million years ago. I'm not totally sure what this book is supposed to be about. So far, it's about basically this family. Like the book opens up on this random dinner, and Elisa, I think is her name, the person who like we're kind of in their head, and I mean, I guess our main character, she cannot want to be at this dinner less at her house. So right now we are learning about Elisa, her husband. I think her husband's name is Harris or something like that, which is kind of like vaguely familiar because in My Husband's Wife, the husband's name was Harrison. And that was a crazy, like, I couldn't even tell you the ending of that because it was crazy. And then the brother's name is Josh, her husband's brother. And Josh now has a girlfriend named Rachel. And then Elisa and Harris have a son named Nathan, I think. I'm not great with names. Not at all. Like, I know everybody who's taking, who's in the book, but I suck with names. And in my real life, I suck with names. So it's just a thing. Apparently, Josh's last girlfriend, who he was supposed to be getting married to, just disappeared. And I think her name was Abby, her and Elisa were like really close. And she always felt a way about it because it's like, why wouldn't she say anything to me? Like, just leave. And then she didn't take her stuff. She didn't take her laptop. She didn't take her clothes. Like, it was just really bizarre. And as we get deeper into the story, we're finding out more about Josh's dating history. In the beginning, we only know about his one past wife, and she died of a mysterious, like, at first, you're not really questioning what happened. But then when you start to learn things, it's like, wait, that's not what it seemed to be before. So I love a story like that where you're presented these facts, and then as the story goes on more, you're given more things like that we weren't privy to in the beginning. And then it kind of like shifts the whole dynamic and changes how you're actually viewing the original facts and the original situations that were taking place. Because it's almost like you're just completing the picture, and now you can step back and it's like, okay, wait. But if I had known this from the beginning. But yeah, it's really good so far. I'm really enjoying it. I also kind of like the narrator. I have not picked Cruelty Free back up. I haven't really thought about it. So we're going to leave that there for now. For an audiobook, I'm really just focusing on The Replacement Wife. I also picked up another arc that I'm a little bit behind on. It's called A Cozy Holiday. I can't remember the author right now. So far, I'm like really on the fence about DNFing it. I'm very curious to see if things are going to change in the story, but the female main character is such a bitch. Her name is Joy, and like that's a thing that they use, right? Like, oh, you're not very cheery, you're not very joyful. And that in and of itself is kind of annoying, and I can get it. Like, I understand why the character would be irritated by that. However, it's almost like she kind of goes out of her way to be a bitch about certain things, and not in the way of like she's been hurt multiple times and, you know, this is just kind of like giving her this hard exterior and she's just kind of jaded by life. And so, no, she's just a bitch because she's a bitch. Like, that's her personality. So I'm hoping that's going to miraculously change or at least improve, because that's the one thing, like, she's so unlikable. Even though the male main character is really nice and other characters in the story are fine or funny or whatever, she is so unlikable that it is just dragging my whole reading experience down. So I don't know if I'm going to continue reading it. Probably give it maybe another few chapters and we'll see what's going on, because it's supposed to be a holiday romance and I'm just kind of like trying to power through some stuff. Not loving it so far, so hopefully that will change. And I think that's all I have to update you guys on book stuff. This one is like these first couple of videos back, probably going to be a little bit more on the boring side, because it's going to be me like really just talking about the books. I'll try to make them fun and interesting. Hopefully I read some fun stuff. I just realized that today is not the start of, but it's like the week of Winterween, which is hosted by Gabby Reads. So I might try to like get a few prompts in there from that. But I think that's all I've got for you guys right now. That's for this update anyway. And hopefully I'll have another update later this evening. If not, see you tomorrow. Sheltered Lives from Alyssa Shino. This is a Goodreads giveaway win, so I don't remember exactly what it was about, but it says Rush's recovery promises wealthy guests and utmost discretion. When a body is discovered, how long can the center's secret stay buried? Ooh. Tucked among the pristine beaches and lavish manners of the Hamptons sits Rush's Recovery, okay, I remember this now, a rehabilitation center where ultra-high net worth clients can seek treatment away from prying eyes and paparazzi. The center's latest guests have just arrived. Lord Edward of Essex, a British aristocrat fighting his black sheep status and a painful addiction. Amelia Blue Harris, the daughter of a 90s rock legend struggling with an eating disorder. And Florence Bloom, a pop star trying to lie low after her latest tabloid scandal. Each has been promised the highest standard of care, from daily therapy and a live-in chef to acupuncture settings and personal care manager available 24/7, just so long as they stay in their private cottages and never interact with the center's other guests. But these three self-destructive B-listers have no intention of playing by the rules. No amount of cold plunges and talk therapy can prevent Florence's illicit flirtation with a staff member or keep Amelia Blue and Lord Edward from seeking out to wander the snow-covered grounds at night. Celebrities check into Rush's Recovery to protect their privacy, but the darkest secrets may lie in the center's own history, and not every guest will be checking out alive. All right, sounds like a time. So sounds pretty good, sounds interesting. I'll definitely give it a try and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I can get an audiobook for it. I'm about 75% of the way through, or maybe a little bit more, maybe around 80% now, of The Replacement Wife. Shit is popping off. Josh now has another wife. Like, everybody's trying to make Elisa think she's crazy. I hate their son. Like, it's just a time to be had by everything. I cannot wait to find out. Like, I'm still, like, we just had one thing dropped on us, like a bombshell. It's just like, literally my jaw was open while I'm in the kitchen listening. It's like, oh my god, what? So probably just gonna binge the rest of this and finish it right now. It's been a few days. It's actually nice and cold today. You can see it's like gray day, which is my favorite days. I think I have reverse seasonal affective disorder, because whenever it's summertime, it's hot, it's sunshiny, I'm not happy at all. in any sense of the word. Like, I might be able to find a few moments of joy here and there if it's not too hot, it's not too sunny. But for the most part, I thrive when it's cold, when the sun is gone, when it's gray. Like, I'm happy. I'm happiest. And yeah, I'm just like, I'm more prone to depression and stuff during the summer. Anyway, it's quite cold. Well, for Florida, it's quite cold. It's 57 degrees and the wind chill is 53. So I'm coming to you from this weird angle because it rained last night, so my chair is wet. I get so accustomed to having my hair up all the time that I forget when I can let it down because it's not 1,000 degrees outside. Last we spoke, I was finishing up The Replacement Wife. I finished it that day, and then I was going to do an update, but I just completely forgot. I got busy. So, The Replacement Wife. It was a 4-star, like solid. I would say it's more of a 3.75, like a 3.5, 3.75. It was really good, but the motivation for the character made me roll my eyes. The whole mystery of it all was kind of like, okay, which kind of sucked because up until that point it was like actually really good and I was really enjoying it. Okay, there was some weird noise, so I figured I'd take that opportunity to find somewhere else to sit. Yeah, so it just ended up being a little bit disappointing because of the motivation for the, I don't even know how to explain like what they were doing. It was like somebody that I kind of expected or suspected the whole time, but things kept getting explained away. It was like, is it really that person or is it not? Like, what's happening? And then in the end, it was exactly who I thought it was all along. And like I said, the motivation was kind of stupid. So I don't know, the more I'm thinking about it, the more it's like I gave it the rating I gave it because it was like, it started off really slow, like in the very, very beginning. But then I wouldn't necessarily say it picked up. Like, the pacing was an issue, but it just got more interesting. Like, stuff was happening and I was being drawn in and I was just like, okay, I gotta know what's going on. I gotta find out. I need to know. But it's like, and it built up very well, but then in the end, it was just like, that's what we're going with? That? Really? So yeah, I gave it a 4-star on Goodreads. Like I said, it's like a 3.5, 3.75. Also, you know, it's like super old. I think the book was from 2018. I think that's when it was published. So thrillers have, you know, been doing other things since then. I don't know. I didn't find anything else really wrong with it. Like, the writing was fine. Pacing, like I said, needed some work. The pacing was a little bit off, but really that's it. The pacing and the reveal, I was just like disappointed by. So 3.5, 3.75. I also finished A Cozy Holiday. Again, don't remember who the author is. I ended up giving it 4 stars though. I'm happy to tell you. After I talked to you guys about the main character being such a bitch, which she still continued to be a bitch, but it was like getting less. I gave it a few more chapters. Things started to get better. I love almost all of the other characters in the story, so that was the big reason why. Plus, like, the what's going on in the story, because she is a veterinarian, Joy. She's a vet. She's a workaholic. So her boss closes the clinic that she runs, so that the Joy will be forced to take a vacation. And like I said, she walks in, her boyfriend, like, she comes home, she's so excited to go on vacation with her boyfriend. She walks in to find him with someone else, let's say. This happens like the first chapter, so I'm not worried about spoiling that. But that's kind of like the catalyst for everything else that happens. She ends up, like, obviously she breaks up with him, and then she ends up getting drunk, and she can't stop working, so she finds a place in Maine. It's kind of like a sanctuary to work, and she like chats with the guy Jamie. They set everything up, and like from the moment she gets there, it's like not what she expected. She has to come in on a snowmobile. It's a super small town. Like, there's all of these hijinks and mishaps that are happening. And on one hand, it's like, it's one of those things where one thing goes wrong at the start of your day, so then everything else goes wrong. But on the other hand, it's like, she's really just a bitch, and it's kind of like, well, maybe if you weren't such a bitch. Sorry, it's super windy today. We're doing what we can. She ends up coming there, and she's like helping him because one of his reindeer is pregnant and like about to give birth. So that was the main reason why he wanted to have a vet there during the month, because his old vet left, she retired, and he needed somebody there because he's not like super well versed in, you know, reindeer birth and all that jazz. While she's there, the other reindeer that he has that he's rescued, they're sick. So she's also trying to figure out what's going on with that. So like the whole thing of the reindeer is one of the main reasons why I wanted to keep reading, because I was curious. And you know, I love the little like heartwarming feeling. He takes in these reindeer that have been abused, and you know, he rescues them and stuff, and in the end it just ends up so good. It's such a heartwarming book. I did have to knock off a star because the beginning, like 40%, was rough. That first 40%, dealing with her, like listening to her bitch and complain about everything and just be so rude to everyone around her, it was hard to push through. This is one of those times where I'm really glad I didn't DNF a book, and I would have been sad that I had missed out on this. I mean, obviously if I DNF'd it, I wouldn't have known, but I'm really glad I didn't DNF this one and that I persevered, because it ended up being so good, so heartwarming. The spice was great. I wouldn't say there's too much of it, but it was really good, very well written, and the book itself is very well written, I would say. I didn't have any issues with the pacing, like the mechanics of the book I didn't have any issues with, so that's always a good sign. It was literally just Joy was so unlikable in the beginning that I just wanted to punch her in the face. But yeah, it ended up turning out so good. There was like a little third act conflict, breakup, whatever, but it was so minuscule. Honestly, like I felt it coming, because it's almost that like, oh, this is too good to be true, something's gonna happen to mess this up. It was stupid. Like, I will say that was stupid and just really unnecessary. Could have just changed her mind. We didn't need all of that, and it like lasted for a day or 2 days. So in the book it's like 4 pages or like a chapter. It was so unnecessary. We didn't need it. So that one, yeah, I ended up settling on a 4-star. It's a pretty solid 4-star, I would say. It would have been 5 stars had the little conflict not happened, because that was just so unnecessary, and had Joy not been such a bitch and so unlikable in the beginning. But ultimately I enjoyed my time. I am still working my way through backlogged arcs. I'm trying to basically get them, like, because with all the moving and everything, things just were not a priority for me outside of like my real life and getting, you know, holiday stuff done, getting moving stuff done. So, and it was a little bit of a stressful time as well, because of what we were going through with our previous landlord. It was just a really hard time, and obviously I wasn't very motivated to read. I was still reading, but I wasn't very motivated to read like my arcs and stuff. I didn't realize what, like, I thought that we were long going to be moved out by the time we were moving. So a lot of the arcs just ended up either coming due, coming out, or just needing to be read during that time, and they're just going to be late, and it's just going to have to be how it is. It'll be fine. I'll get to them. Hopefully by the end of January, I'll be all caught up on everything. I am blasting my way through, because like I said, I am prioritizing them, and that's really just what it has to be. I just have to take this month to prioritize those things that I got off track with. But I am reading another arc called Cookies and Claws. It's a novella, so it shouldn't take me too long. I'm just reading it here and there when I can, when I have a few extra minutes, because it's an arc, I have to read it with my eyes. And I'm actually listening to a couple of different books, like when I'm doing other stuff where I can't sit down and read. So I started Big Nick Energy, which already I feel like I'm gonna love it. It's really cute and funny. And then last night I really got into You Did Nothing Wrong by C.G. Drews. I think that's what it's called, right? You Did Nothing Wrong. I have no idea what's going on at all in that in that book. Like, I have a loose idea of what's happening. Like, obviously I know what's going on. Like, they're at the house and she has this weird relationship with her son. Like, I don't know how to describe it. She has almost like an obsession with him, and he, from all I can see, is a bad kid. Like, there's something wrong with him. So I'm interested to see where this goes. I'm about 40% of the way through, and they're living in this old Victorian house that her husband is his parents' house, and he's renovating it, and it's like decrepit and falling apart, and she hates it, and so does the kid. And he keeps talking about how the house hates the mom and doesn't want her there. Honestly, when it comes time to like give you my thoughts on that book, I don't even know what I'm gonna say because like I feel like I'm just experiencing that book. It's just happening to me. I have no idea what's happening. And then just to go back to Big Nick Energy, obviously it's a Christmas read, as you might think. I think it's labeled as a holiday rom-com, but so far I'm only like maybe 10 or 15% of the way through. It's really funny. I really like the audio, but our main character, her boyfriend of like a year, has broken up with her very publicly at the bar that they met. The way that goes down is so funny. He like starts to break up with her, and just as she's like responding to his breakup, they're doing like trivia night, and the guy brings the microphone to her, and so and from there the whole bar is involved. It's very interesting. It's very funny. It's a little bit sad too, because we're also getting like her and her nana, and her nana is like, you know, she's older, and she is, I don't think she has dementia, but she's like, her memory is going, and so that part's really sad. Like, we're with them while she's going to be put into a senior home. I have a feeling that one's going to be a little bit heavier. I think the C.G. Drews one is going to be pretty heavy too, though, in the end. Like, it's something's going to happen. That is all I'm reading right now. Baked a loaf of bread last night, and I forgot to add salt, so love that for me. It's great. Love that. That's really all I have. I might do some coloring today. I've been loving coloring lately. I bought some coloring books, and then I just copy them so I can keep coloring the same pages. Because your girl is nothing if not thrifty. It's pretty cold. It's really windy. Like, it wouldn't be that big of a deal if it was just cold, but the wind is pretty strong. I think it's like 20 miles an hour winds. So I don't know if we're gonna go on a walk later. We might. I might wait until like around 3 when it's gonna be the hottest part of the day. So it'll be 60 degrees. But I love it. We don't get it too much here in like south central Florida, so I'm gonna enjoy every moment that I can and be happy about it, and try not to think about how brief it will be and how it'll be gone soon. But I'll see you guys in the next update. talk to you. A lot has happened. I kept meaning to come and update and something kept happening. So obviously over the weekend, like I told you guys before, I usually don't vlog or update or do much reading. That's kind of like my family time. I might read in the evenings and I usually always read in the shower. Other than that, I don't do much reading, so I'm not getting much reading done or much to update you on. But throughout the week, I did finish You Did Nothing Wrong, which was really good. I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. It was so good. It was so good. I think the reason why I didn't enjoy it to the extent of a 5-star is just because it's more of a gothic thriller or mystery. I felt like we were building up to something, and then the climax of it was not like a big reveal or anything like jaw-dropping. I mean, it was a little bit kind of bizarre, but it wasn't like, oh my god, I would have never thought of that in a million years. But it was weird, I will give you that. But I really enjoyed it. I thought the writing was great. The atmosphere, great. Loved it. It was very atmospheric, like very gothic, very slow, like the house is alive and what's going on and all that. And then I also finished Cookies and Claws, I think. I think I rated it 2 stars. Did not enjoy it. I ended up skimming like the last 50 pages. It was a short read to begin with, but I just didn't care. I didn't care about anything that was going on. I didn't care about the romance. I didn't care about the characters. I didn't care. Boring! I didn't really get super Christmas vibes. Winter, sure, there was like a winter storm, but other than that, I really did not care. I have started a few other books. I ended up picking up Bride, which I may or may not have put in like the 2 seconds of library footage I got in this one, but I've started Bride. I've started reading The Housewife Next Door, and I'm also reading a manga, but I don't want to touch on those too much because I want to wrap this vlog up so I can finish editing it and upload it and finally be back on my YouTube channel. I'm hoping this weekend to plan some time so I can do some sit down videos. I'm not sure how many I'll get done. I do want to do the January tag, which is Jan Agaton's tag here on YouTube. I did it last year for the first time and I loved it. It was fun. So I want to do it. I'd like to do a video instead of just an Instagram post. And I'd also like to do some sort of 2025 wrap up, something to let you guys know what I read, what I enjoyed over the year. And yeah, it's probably something for like going forward in 2026, what my ideas, goals, thoughts, whatever are. And I also need to get started on my reading journal because last year was kind of a flop. I did have a reading journal, but it was a flop. So I would really like to get started on my 2026 reading journal. I already have like 10 or 11 books to fill in, so I need to get busy on that. And I would like to take you guys along with me for setting that up and everything. That'll either be in a vlog, if I end up doing it. It'll either be in a vlog or maybe I'll do it in its own dedicated video. Maybe you guys can let me know what you think in the comments. But yeah, I'm happy to be back. Sorry this vlog took like 3 weeks. I think that's all I have for today, for this vlog, for this moment in time. And I will see you guys in the next one really soon.